This is the Tesla 1 month overview reading for the month of July 2024. It's currently June 9th, 2024, 1:41 a.m. Eastern Time. Tesla at the time of this reading is $177.48. That's USD. The shuffle video for the July reading was created on May 24th, 2024 at 1:34 a.m. Eastern Time. That's a video playing for you in the lower left corner. The overall theme and behavior for Tesla in July is a fast, sudden move higher. It's crossed with a prominent move through key resistance on a one-year chart scale. We stay above it briefly, break back down through that same price level shortly thereafter with the full retracement. It makes like a capital A in the English language if the horizontal line was the price level. Behavior on the high side. So there's an important resistance level. Matter of fact, you can see it's the end of June here, right? So likely there's a high there. So we've got highs here at the end of the month, it looks like, for June. And then we go into that over here. Right, so there's a cross-reading congruency there, indicating that we probably have the high at the beginning of the month because it's really from the prior month's cluster. Behavior around the lowest low, we have a period of volatility and a sharp drop that will stand out in that period of volatility. Now, I'm going to get into the day-by-day chart behavior as well as timing the highs and lows and the best trade opportunities. But before I do that, I just want to make sure you're aware. The whole purpose of the channel is to transmute some of the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. We do that by following the rule of karma for the channel. You go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, and 5% of the profits from every profitable trade utilizing this information should be donated forward to one of these charities, or pick a charity of your choosing as long as you're paying 5% forward, and then 5% should be sent back to the channel through one of these links. If you're international, you can use Wise or you can use YouTube tips, and that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you follow the rule of karma for the channel, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. On the first, we have a period of volatility that ends with a fast sudden move higher, taking us to a peak probably early in the day on the second, with a failed attempt to break through resistance followed by a decline to key support, and it'll be resistance that we expect to break through based on previous technicals. Turns into price swings on the third, probably at a lower price level. This rune right here might be tied to the third, making it a very big low, but it's hard to say because it's kind of like a dicey area. So price swings here, and we should be lower than the high of the early part of the second. In a lot of the 1 months for July, I'm seeing a high here, I'm seeing a high here. This could easily indicate a high, so I'm going to say that there's probably a high here around the 3rd, 5th. Remember, the 3rd is a half day, and then we probably revisit it again here on the 8th, but there's a notable decline starting from a peak at the beginning of the day on the 5th, notable decline, and then a rally along a diagonal trend line on the 8th, breaking through horizontal resistance on a multi-day scale to meet another resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels with a sharp drop at the end of the day, taking us into the following day where we attempt to establish support. Towards the end of the day, there's a trough, erratic behavior on the 10th, back and forth through the same price level. In the midst of that, we'll revisit a crest that was recently a past opportunity. There should also be a significant trough there, not necessarily a lowest low, but a trough. Out of a decline on the 11th, there's a big move up from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. Fast sudden move higher taking place there, rallying into the 12th, but that rally's halted by a decline through key support on the 12th. Before we go any further, let's take a look and see how we did for May. I know for most of our readings, May was not our month, guys. I mean, it's going to happen occasionally, and this was really the worst. May was the worst month I've had in probably years. But with that said, there's still some pretty solid stuff in here. This isn't an awful reading. We have a lowest low thus far on the 2nd, 3rd. You see that take place there. Big move to the upside on the 6th, and then I have another high on the, the 8th. So that looks like we were a little late there. We were looking for this, so it's actually 2 days late. Yikes. And then we have another high on the 13th, and you can see it ended up being a trough. The Ace of Cups trough didn't quite make a high, but there was another high on the 17th. Yeah, really not my best work, guys. Usually this stuff is right on the day. And then again here, the highest high that I had for the month, I have it for the 23rd. It looks like it was on the 21st, but it was with this big move that pushed the upper end of a range higher, just like the Aeon card predicted. And then shortly thereafter, we come back down into lows, and it's just kind of like erratic behavior back and forth here in the last week. Overall, we successfully turned resistance into support. That's the crossing card, and we have this move followed by a retracement, which also took place there. A decline off of the high through multiple through one support to meet another support, bounce along that sideways, and then break down through more supports. And it looks like the ellipses, I just caught the bottom ellipse, but usually I'm a bit more spot on there. If you're interested in the paid version, it's a really great way to support the channel. You're getting information in the paid version that you won't find anywhere else in the world. This is super undervalued information. Literally only place you can find it is at Tarot for Traders and the Investor Profit. What you're getting is the timing of the best trades, what type of trades to make, also what type of chart behavior to look for as far as entry and exit into and out of those trades. You get any trades from a multi-month and a multi-year standpoint, and then any price level information that we're able to extrapolate. This is super valuable information. People with the paid version are making money. So the way that you get the paid version, you go to our website, Tarot for Traders, you hover over our services, click on SO Meta Posts, and then you want to scroll down to monthly subscription, click here to order. You can subscribe to any one of these individual crypto or ticker symbols for $2.49 a month, or you can get the all paid version, which gives you access to all of these crypto and ticker symbols for $4.99 a month. Not to mention, you are also getting any one-offs, any custom monthlies that people order for that month, and any monthlies that I do that are relevant to that part of the year. So there's going to be different monthlies coming out month to month, and you would have access to all of those paid versions through the all paid version. The most popular way to support the channel, and not to mention, it's a really great way to get my attention. So thank you to everybody that goes ahead and does that, and let's get back into it. On the 15th, we have a period of sideways rotation and then a big move higher. That move higher continues into the 16th. There's a peak midday on the 16th, and then we decline to a trough on the cusp of the 16th, 17th, out of which there's a rally into key resistance on the multi-day scale, and then we break down with consecutively lower spikes up on the way down. 3 crisscrosses back and forth through the same price level on the 18th, with the 3rd cross to the upside confirming a bullish trend, and then a significant move from a trough into what's most likely a highest high. Sharp decline over the weekend. We have a prominent peak and trough on the 22nd with 3 pokes through the same trend line, followed by a sharp drop off of that 3rd poke. A failed attempt to break through key resistance on the 23rd, followed by a decline through key support with a peak early in the day. And then there's a peak on the 24th midday, declining to and through support to meet another support. We rotate sideways along that support before breaking down through more supports. Huge move to the upside midday on the 25th, offering trade opportunity I'll talk about in the paid version. And then a rally increasing with momentum. So at some point there's a decline towards the end of the day on the 25th or early in the day on the 26th. Rally increasing with momentum moving forward into the end of the day on the 26th. And we open lower on the 29th with a big move to the upside and a breakout through an important price level that is highlighted on a 1-year chart scale. Probably on the 30th, that price level is highlighted. And then we're bound by a range on a multi-day scale there on the 31st. Probably a notable move to the upside there. Sneak preview for August. I'm advised to be cautious. Multiple false tops or bottoms or some sort of tricky chart behavior. And with that said, that's Tesla for July 2024. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. You know where to go. You know what to do. Blessings to all my angel investors. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the paid version. We're going to get into the best trades momentarily.